Good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to everyone who has joined on time. So let's get started with this wonderful session on what's your career after BCom. So I assume most of you are final year BCom students or maybe BBA or any kind of a graduate student in commerce and arts background. So in terms of the career after BCom, there are multiple options available in front of us. That is what is actually creating confusion, right? So whether I go ahead and get placed in a company and join a job, or should I pursue a course and get myself a post-graduation, or do a professional certification like CA, CMA. And there are multiple professional certifications in India as well as in US, UK, and abroad certifications also available right now. I'm getting some echo. A co-host can reduce your volume, please. So there are multiple options available. So that is the problem where the confusion is. So in terms of the confusion, how do we get the clarity? Should I get a job right away, or should I get some experience and then go for some kind of an MBA program, or I should do something else? So since I selected BCom, should I be only an accountant, or what are the career paths available? So there are multiple career paths available. What are those? So if you look at it, as a BCom graduate, you can become a process consultant, analyst, an auditor, an internal auditor, external auditor, statutory auditor, multiple different things. And people who are all BCom graduates are getting selected by Big Four on all these kind of job titles. Financial analyst, and then like say accounts payable analyst, accounts receivable analyst, accountant, or like say a basic like say accounting clerk in say banks and other organizations, and process analyst. So multiple different varieties of options available these days, and these are not the only options available for you. You need to think through what is your strength, and based on that you need to select your profession. So a lot of people keeps asking us saying that, hey, right now this FRM course is actually very good. So I wanted to become an investment banker. So which course should I do? So the question is, why do you want to become an investment banker? Is it because of the area of expertise which you like it or which you know it? Then the answer is no. They don't know the area, they don't know the expertise, they don't know even a single person working in that area. Then how come you got motivated by it? It's just based on salary. So there are a lot of people are getting more salary, more income. So I wanted to select this course. So is that the way to select the course? That's the next question. So is that the right attitude? So when you ask about how I was when I was selecting the course during my stage of BCom or like say CA and other places, always the thought process is I've done so many years of work from LKG to standard 12 and then moving on further to BCom and then CA. So definitely the highest paying job is what I'm going to select, because so far I'm reliant on my parents for all my education expenses and other things, and now I need to be financially independent. Definitely yes, that's a thought process for each one of us. But think about it, you have a 30-35 years career in front of you, or maybe 40 years career in front of you. You are at the age of 20, 21, 22. So now looking at the career in front of you, you should be very cautious as to how we are going to select the career. So there are two options. One student came to me and asked, sir, I have an option of joining Swiggy as a delivery boy. I can earn 30,000-40,000 a month my friend is earning. But if I join as an accountant, I'll be earning only 10,000 or 15,000 a month in an auditor office. Which job should I select? I'm confused. I feel more tending towards the Swiggy profile because I'll be earning 40,000 a month. Now, the next important question is, will you be able to get that same 40,000 every month for the next 10 years? Or will you be able to double that at least in 10 years or triple that in 20 years? Can you get 1 lakh? Can you get 2 lakhs a month? The question is, the answer is really bleak. The problem is that, first of all, you need to have that physical strength and vigor at the age of 40, 50 to drive the bike. And on the other side, whether these jobs are having job security, you don't know. And sometimes something happens immediately, everything will be collapsed in terms of this gig economy. So you need to think through whether all these things are satisfied before you select your career. So, but if you select an accountant at 8,000, 10,000, 15,000, is it possible to get 1.5 lakhs after 5 years, after 10 years? Definitely yes. You need to upskill yourself, you need to showcase your talent and skills. Then automatically when you move from one company to the other and then move to a bigger company, MNC company, go to abroad job. I've seen people who are just BCom traveled across the globe, just BCom, but traveled across the globe. So is that certification is required or not required? Again, next question. So certification is required or not required? I'll give you a quick story about it. To think about it, whether a certification is required or not required. So what is the story? So when I got, like say, work experience of 6-7 years as a chartered accountant and moved to a company in Chennai after working in different places across the country, my profile was sent across the company saying that this person newly joined as a manager in the company. And then at least 20, 30 people recognized me and then said that, hey, I did schooling with you, college with you, and then they started chatting with me and then they came back for a coffee. One of the person, okay, let's call him Arun. So Arun actually met me and he said that, hey, this is like, say, I am so happy for you, but look at my position. I joined this company 15 to 10 years back and I grew up 2, 3 ladders and came to the level 2, level 3, level 4. And then after that, my promotion stopped for next 6 years. I asked why. They say that only if you are a qualified accountant, if you have a certification, we will give you promotion. So what is his rule? Why is it weird? He said that if I become a manager, then there are multiple people who are going to be reporting to me who are all already qualified chartered accountants, the CMAs or CIAs and other people, or ACCAs and other people. So then if I am the manager for them, then the team dynamics would be affected. So the team dynamics would be affected. Means what? They will not be happy to report to a person who is not a qualified person. So the company is not willing to promote me. So I'm getting stuck here. What should I do? And he was like crying, saying that I got married, I got kids, but my career is not moving, my income is not growing. So the point is that you get stagnant at a particular point if you don't upskill yourself, if you don't have the right skill set, right certification, and right kind of a approach to your career. So that is when certification gains more importance in terms of making sure that you are always on the track towards acceleration. Otherwise, you get stuck or stagnant. I hope the message is clear. Let's move forward. So this is what we discussed, career after BCom. Right, in terms of career after BCom, so what other options available? So either I take a certification, which we discussed, or I get into a job directly. Let's think about getting into a job directly. What kind of jobs I'll get? As I told you, you can get into analyst, you can get into accountant, you can get into audits, you can get into data entry, you can get into multiple profiles. On top of it, you can also get into what is that is your passion in terms of what is your passion. So think about it. So before you select a job, as I gave an example of investment banker job, so the job is getting more kind of a revenue or a salary, then should I select the job? The answer is first you need to introspect yourself and understand what kind of a person you are. Are you a person who wants to talk with people more and get along with people and get things done, manage them? Or whether you are a person who wanted to sit at your desk and ensure that you are doing things on your own and you wanted to complete your job. Like say a deep thinker, a critical thinker and gets like say research kind of a job or analytics kind of a job. Or you are a person who wants to do both, or you are a person who wants to always talk and always teach people or communicate and do some things, or you have a lot of like say persuasion skills, you can convince anyone. So all these things you need to think through and then get back to in terms of what is my skill set, what is that I like to do, which job will be suitable for me. If you are a person who was able to convince others, persuade others, then sales is the best job for you. The salesman gets much more income if you are able to sell. Your salary is not fixed because incentives are too high. Okay, so since you have selected BCom, it doesn't mean that you should not get into sales. You can also get into sales. On the other side, if you feel that I feel very difficult to talk to people and I always feel love to work with my system, laptop or book and sit, read, analyze and bring out solutions, then definitely you can do that job as well. In terms of analytics person, data analytics person, or maybe a person who is an accountant who is always sitting at the desk and doing accounting, and like say a financial analyst, So these kind of roles, you don't need to talk to 100 different people in a day in and day out. So those kind of roles would be suitable for you. If you like to talk to more people at the same time, sit and work, then audit would be a better job because you talk to a lot of different people and then you get to know about the information, you get to understand process, you sit at your desk, collect the information, review it, and then you see whether they have done it right or wrong. And based on that, you actually prepare your audit report and then submit it, value add to the company. End of the day, salaries doesn't matter after a point in time. Whether you get satisfaction out of your work at the end of the day is what is going to matter. Whether you love the job, whether what you do on a day-to-day basis, you love it or not, that is what is going to give you satisfaction in the long run because you're going to do this for next 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Does that mean first year I selected a job? So does that mean that I need to get fixed to this? No. First few years, you can experiment multiple options, multiple roles, and see which is suitable for you, which is not suitable for you. So based on that, you can think and decide whether it will help you or it will not help you, and then you can move to the next role and see whether that is helping you or not. So does that mean that I need to experiment in first 4 years, 5 years? Then how will I be able to stabilize my career? So it's all depending upon go with the flow and see what is suiting you, what is not suiting you. So as I told you, introspect yourself and understand what is your skill set, what do you like to do, and how do you do it. So a lot of people come back and say, a lot of students come back and say that I couldn't do that. I'm not able to understand what I like the most. I don't know whether I can talk to a lot of people and convince, or I don't know whether I can sit and do analytical job and stuff like that. One of my students was saying that he is very much interested in doing video editing and social media related cuts, edits, reels, and other things, and photography, videography, a lot of these things. The social marketing manager kind of role is what he's looking at. So we gave him an opportunity to do all these things for 15 days, 20 days as part of an internship. After the internship, he said that I love to do this, but I realized that I can't do it as a full-time job because I feel too bored, or I feel that I can't do it as a full-time job. So I need to get into my hardcore into accounting and finance. I'm doing US CMA, so let me do this and let me get a job first here. I can do this as a passion, as a hobby, as a side gig, but not as a full-time job. So when did he come to the realization? Only after doing some kind of a job in that area. Okay, how to choose a career? As I told you, you need to think through, first introspect yourself and understand what is your strength, what is your weakness, or what is, like say a SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunities, threat for yourself, and understand what will best suit for you. Then moving forward. So if you decide to do some certification, which certification you should select? Right now in the market, how many certifications are there? Can I get in the Q&A, can you guys put what kind of certifications you are aware so that it's become more interactive? There are a lot of certifications which you might be thinking. So if you type something, then I can talk more about that. It will be helping you to get the clarity. You can put it in the Q&A window. What types of certifications you are contemplating or you are considering of doing. It can be USCMA, it can be CPA, US CPA, Australian CPA, UK ACCA, CIMA London, or it can be Indian CA, Indian CW or CMA, ACS or CS, Corporate Secretaryship. So a lot of different career options or different certifications are available, right? Guys, feel free to put it in the chat window. This time is for you. Appreciate you can put what kind of certification you're looking at. Maybe it is CPA or CIA or IAP or CMA or ACCA. A lot of people are doing ACCA, USCMA these days. If you put it in the chat in the Q&A window, then it will help us to steer through that so that it will be more customized for you. The more you are expressing yourself, the more answers you are going to get. Not only now, in your career, in your life. The more you express yourself, the more you are going to get benefited. So start expressing yourself. I see a lot of BCom students are like, say, sir, I can't come to the stage and talk. I can't do this, I can't do that. It's all inhibitions. You need to come out of that. You need to come out of your comfort zone. Then only you'll be able to win this world. The entire world is for you. It's how you are going to present yourself. That's what is going to go and make a difference. Okay, wonderful. Gokula Krishna has put ACCA, USCPA, USCMA, and maybe he's talking about CS, Indian Corporate Secretaryship. Okay, diversified options, multiple things. How do I select? First, if you look at it, there are two categories in it. One is Indian courses, you can see on the slide. The other is abroad courses. So what is the benefit of doing Indian course? What is the benefit of doing abroad courses? Let's look at it, pros and cons. So Indian courses are generally not so costly, okay, because you are paying in INR. And US courses or UK courses are sometimes costly because you need to pay in dollars or maybe in pounds. So they might be slightly costly. That's a point number one. So you need to see whether you will be able to afford them or not. But on the other side, if you look at even Indian CA, Indian CS and other courses, they are becoming costlier looking at the academic charges in terms of tuition fees and in terms of even within the course, you need to, like say for foundation, you need to pay so much. For inter, you need to pay so much. For final, you need to pay so much. And then for every exam, you need to pay so much. Then you need to attend some general management skill classes, IT classes, and this and that. In one of the colleges, when we are doing the session, I asked the girl who was doing CA inter to compute that. And until CA final, she came up to a number of 3 to 4 lakhs she's spending in terms of the fees, in terms of exam fees, in terms of the institute fees, and other things. So what is the point? The point is that over a period of 3 years or 5 years, you're going to spend that amount even for Indian education. So look at your own BCom right now, how much you're spending. In a span of 3 years, minimum 2 lakhs, or some colleges are even charging 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs. So 2 to 6 lakhs you're spending for BCom. So you need to think of this from that perspective and see whether the course is helping you or not. Okay, in terms of ACCA, there are multiple papers, more than 10 papers you need to clear. Or you might get some exemption if you are a BCom, if you are a CA. So if you are depending upon your level, you get some exemptions. So which course should I select? First of all, understand these courses are in different categories. ACCA is again one course which is actually a auditor kind of a course. Okay, and USCPA is also a external auditor or a statutory auditor kind of a course. USCMA is not an auditor, it's a management accountant kind of a course. All these three are the abroad courses which he had listed, Gokul Krishnan. CS, Company Secretaryship, is an Indian course and it is nowhere related to any of these three courses we mentioned here. It's more about you, like say, abide by the company's law and you are working for a company or you are a consultant for a company, you are complying with all the company law related requirements, like say, doing their filings every month, every quarter, director filing, company filing, earnings report, revenue, conducting the, like say, AGM, conducting the BOD meeting. For all those things, you need to sit and take notes, ensure that all these things are filed, compiled, and then submitted to the MCA portal. So you need to do this kind of a job as a company secretaryship. Okay, so that's completely different from what we are discussing in the other three courses you are listed there. So if you are a person who wanted to do coordinate with multiple people, you are the one who can easily take notes while people are talking in a meeting, and then you love to do the compilation and put it together and then add value to the company. Definitely CS are also placed at a high level in terms of the company because they are the ones who are going to comply with the company law. They are the ones who are going to file their annual general meeting related reports and financial reporting and a lot of things. After they publish or put it, then only it's available for public. So kind of a highly, let's say the profile is quite high. They always talk to board of directors, CEOs and CFOs and top level people, right? So there's no course which is going to be like say bad. Every course is good. You need to understand whether you like that course or not. How do you understand that? You need to talk to multiple different varieties of people who are in that profession already, and whether they like it, whether they don't like it, whether they are getting good salary. You need to talk to them. You need to understand, sir, I don't know anyone in this. How will I go and talk to it? You need to go and talk about your career interest to whomever you see. It can be your brother, it can be your cousin brother, it can be your uncle who is working in a bank, it can be your senior who has just completed college and placed in a company. To whomever you talk about these things, they'll be able to help you to connect you to someone who is already in this profession, in this job, and what they are doing. Then you talk to them, you get more insights. Then you feel whether you like the job or not. Even then, you're not sure whether I like it or not. I'll come back to that later as to what is the solution for that. Now let's quickly complete the courses listed here. ACCA statutory auditor, but you get a job. You get a job in UK, yes. You get a job in a UK or a European company in India, yes. But if you get a job in a US company in US or in India, they will not be able to accepting this particular course because it's a UK related or European related situation. Same is the case, it will apply for US CPA. All the US companies and the US, like say audit firms, all those people will be accepting US CPA. But if you go to a European company or a European audit firm who is having the setup in Europe or maybe in India as a back office or a GCC, Global Capability Center they call, then they might not accept this course. So you need to be very cautious as to which course you are choosing. If you are choosing a course, it will have value, but you need to know which place it has a value. So if you choose USCMA, I am a faculty in a lot of colleges taking USCMA classes for the last 5-6 years. A lot of my students are having a dream to work in Big Four audit firms. And when they go to a Big Four audit firm with this certification of USCMA, the audit firm is saying that, hey, we are selecting you only for Big Four or not for USCMA. The reason is that they're saying that we are an auditing firm and we can't be able to engage you as a CMA in the audit firm. You need to do audits. But what you studied as a CMA is Certified Management Accountant. So management accountant we don't need, that the management will need, which is our clients will need, but not we. So then these guys come back to me and say, sir, nobody is accepting my profile, my career. I've spent so many years, I have spent so many dollars and studied so hard and people are not valuing. So you need to understand before you go and apply itself that those people, like say the Big Four, audit firms will not recognize you as CMA. But if you go to a particular company, like say Ford Motor Company, Shell, or like say not even Shell, it's a European company. So let's look at a US company or maybe an Indian company. So all those US companies where you are getting into, okay, General Motors or like say any other software company from US. So all those companies, CTS, all those companies will be recognizing you as a certified management accountant. So as a day in and day out, your job would be to prepare budgeting, forecasting, variance analysis, and completing them, and doing analysis, sitting with the management, doing whether to make or buy decision, taking a lot of decision based on the internal reporting. All those things will be happening as part of a USCMA. So you will be much more valued there. As I told you in my earlier example, when I joined a company, there was a guy who was actually saying that last 5-6 years he was not getting promotion, and that guy did USCMA and he got promoted. USCMA is able to do it much quickly and he got promoted. So you need to understand each certification, each course is valuable. You need to understand where it is valued and that place you need to apply. So before that, you need to select which course and how am I going to select. I think I have answered your question, Gokula Krishnan, of all the 4 or 5 courses you have put in. Is that clear, or do you have any further questions on that? We can move forward if that's clear. Okay. Next one. As I told you, I'll park. Yes, clear. Wonderful. Thanks for that, Gokul. So now, I don't know whether I am good in auditing, or I don't know whether I'm good in accounting. I don't know whether I'm good in analytics, or I don't know whether I'm good in talking to people. So now, what we recommend is internship, right? Either you take internship. Right now, most of the colleges recommend students or maybe mandate students to go for internship between first year and second year, or second year and third year, between semester for 1 month or 4 weeks or 6 weeks. A lot of colleges are doing that. Now, when students go for internship, some companies pay, some companies don't pay. So free internship. So people think that it is bad. How many of you think that free internship is bad because I go there and work for 1 month and people are not even considering my time and I'm spending a lot of hours in the company and they are not actually valuing my work and they are not paying me any money. So free internship is bad because I am spending money to go to that office. Like say I take a bus or a metro or a cab or whatever it is, I spend money and good to go to the company. So a lot of my students keep saying that it's very bad that the companies are not paying because it's a free internship. They are taking free labor out of me and they're not paying me anything. But you guys need to understand one more thing. What they are doing is not extracting work out of you. As a new, like say, employee, as a first-time employee, or as a first-time person who is exposed to work, do you have all the skill set to do the work? No. You don't even know how to type a proper email or send a meeting invite to a person or invite someone in Outlook or maybe set up a Zoom call or maybe set up some kind of official connects or maybe create an Excel file and do some analysis or create a pivot. or put some entries in Tally or some SAP or some kind of accounting software, or even interact with 10 different people in the room. So what they are doing is that essentially they are training you. It's a practical training. So what the company has to do is that they need to assign someone as a senior to you, whom you need to shadow. So whatever they do, you need to go ahead and talk to them, understand. So they need to spend a lot of their time. Say for example, they are getting paid 30,000 a month. Out of that, 50% of the time they need to spend time with you in terms of coaching you, teaching you, making sure how do you work, how do you understand things like that. And the company needs to assign you a laptop or maybe a desktop or maybe some seat at least bare minimum. All these things are chargeable for the company. So now the question is, so the company is spending so much on you. So when the company is going to get in return, in general, people takes at least 3 to 4 weeks to understand what's happening and what to do. A simple income tax return filing to learn that nuances, they take few weeks to understand. So when they start doing it, it is in the fourth week, fifth week, sixth week, or maybe second month, third month. At that time, when the people do it, then the company is going to get recognized, or like say the company is going to get value out of your work. The first month, the company is going to spend more on you rather than derive anything out of you. So generally, the company says that if you work for 3 months, then I'll give you stipend. But for 1 month, even you sit there and understand before that your period is over, then how can I give you some kind of a salary or a stipend? That's the question the companies are having. Still, I place a lot of people in a lot of different companies. They pay stipend a bare minimum to meet their regular expenses in terms of commute and other things, because they also want to make sure that students are not feeling pinched in terms of this. But the moment you start adding value to any kind of a company, they are going to definitely pay money for you. So, in effect, free internship is not bad. It is also good. So the point is that will help you. As I told you in my earlier example, one of my student Hari, who was very good in doing like say social media related content. Okay, creating a poster or a video and this and that. Very creative guy. He thought that that is his profession and he's not going to do what he studied in BCom. But after putting him for 15 days of internship, he came back saying, I can do this, but I can't do this for the entire life, or I can't do this for a living because I'm not able to do it for the entire day. So I can't do this. I can't sit at my, because for that you need to always sit in your laptop and keep doing things. Render the video, edit the video, cut it. But he is a guy who wanted to talk to people, who wanted to interact with people. He loves learning through interaction, but that is getting cut off because he has to stay focused with the laptop. So he realized that that's not good for him. So when did he realize? After doing an internship. So what are the ways for you to understand whether you like certain things or not? It can be internship, it can be paid or free, it can be volunteering, it can be part of a committee in your college, work with 10 different people, 20 different people, organizing a meeting, organizing a conference, seminar, international conference, whatever is that. You interact with a lot of people, including judges, chief guests, including your other college department students, faculties, and you get things done. That is when you learn a lot, right? So organize events, become a volunteer in colleges, go ahead and associate yourself with the NGO. If you want to do any kind of a work, the NGOs will have a lot of depth of opportunities. You say that I want to do social media content, for Hari, I said, he's able to do it because the NGOs needs to create social media content also. They need to put it in Facebook, in social media to get people to do, say, for clean the beaches. We want people. So for that, you need to create a poster. So, okay, social media NGOs can do, give you kind of some kind of opportunity or a job. Maybe other kind of area, they might not be able to, you might think. But no, yes, everything. If you say accounting, they say that come and do accounting for 2 days in a week. We want somebody to do accounting for us. Billing, we want to do billing, or we want to do some kind of a process. We want to do some kind of a beach cleanup, physical activity. If we want to do tree planting, physical activity again. So whatever is your interest, maybe your hobby is gardening, you can associate with those kind of NGOs. There is a like say NGO called as a weekend agriculturist. They go to a lot of farms very near to Chennai and other cities, and then go there for 1 day, completely do a free labor for the farmers and help them and come back. And people get a lot of happiness in doing that, staying in the farm and doing the activity for the day. It's a physical activity instead of going to gym and paying thousands of rupees. And they get some kind of a satisfaction there. And they get the raw people. They are able to meet the raw people and get the rural food. All the farmers are so friendly, happy to help them. So whichever is your area of interest, you will be able to get some kind of an internship volunteering. Where will I get this, sir? Whether Naukri will give? You need to keep looking, keep asking. Talk to your faculty, talk to your professors, talk to your friends, talk to your people. Go to Facebook, go to Instagram. All these NGOs, all these people are advertising there. It's not in your feed because you've not searched them. Once you search them, automatically they'll come in your feed. There's an NGO called as Bhumi, BHUMI. So they are doing a lot of different threads and different varieties, like say conserving soil, educating students. Say if you like to be a teacher, you can educate people. You can do volunteering, teaching for school students. You are now in BCom. You can do teach 10th standard student, 11th standard student, or maybe 5th standard student to teach, like say teach how to read maths or English, any kind of a subject. So there is a depth of opportunities you only need to explore in terms of what you like, what you don't like. You'll be able to come up very clearly once you dirty your hands in these kind of fields. Okay, now coming back to the next one. Are you active in social media? Okay, is there a poll for this, Rehan? Okay, how many hours are you there on social media? Can you guys just click it on the poll? How many hours you are there on the social media on a daily basis? Make it fast, make it fast. Very good. I see multiple answers coming in. One more person, okay. Can you vote? Yeah, a lot of people are reporting 2 to 4 hours. They are there on the social media. So what do you understand by that? Every day you are able to spend 2 to 4 hours on social media. So which social media? Can you just put it on chat window, anybody? There are multiple social media, right? Instagram, Facebook, and Threads, and then a lot of new things, WeChat, a lot of multiple things. Which one is your favorite? Mostly Instagram. Mohammed, thanks, Mohammed. Okay, mostly Instagram, you are there for 2 to 4 hours in a day. Is anybody on a social media platform? Okay, Gokula Krishna is already there. Called LinkedIn. At the bottom left, you see LinkedIn. Okay, very good. So, Gokula Krishna is also there on LinkedIn. So, what do you do on LinkedIn? So, the basic point is that if you are not there on LinkedIn, so Gokula Krishna is already there on LinkedIn. I'm not sure how many hours you're spending on LinkedIn, but you need to put your time in LinkedIn, at least half of the time what you put for other social media. Say 4 hours, out of the 4 hours you spend 2 hours on LinkedIn. What do you do? Just to keep scrolling and following what people are saying. Which people, whichever job you wanted to do. Say you want to become an investment banker, try and follow an investment banker. See what kind of post he's posting. The moment you search one investment banker, other investment banker will come on your feed so that you can follow them also. Keep understanding what kind of life they are living. People will share a lot of things day to day, what is happening there, how they are doing. A lot of things are being shared in the social media, in the LinkedIn, especially from profession. So you'll keep, let's say, knowing from directly from the horse's mouth. They themselves will say that, hey, it's becoming very difficult to be an investment banker. I need to be there in the office at morning 9 o'clock, and my work is still not over at 11 o'clock in the night, and this is happening, that's happening. It can be like that, or it can be something like, hey, do you know that there is a new tool which is there in the market, and this tool is very useful for us, and we are able to save time on this. So the moment you know that, you can even go ahead and read about that tool, connect about that tool, and learn a certification course. Do a lot of things. On the other side, people think that LinkedIn is online resume. No, it's not an online resume. You can put your resume online, but on top of that, you need to become active in LinkedIn. Once somebody, let's say the people you are following, is actually putting a post, what is that they are looking for? They are looking for interaction. They are looking for people to appreciate what they have posted. So if say Mr. Narayana Murthy is posting and nobody is commenting on that or liking on that, only some 7 people have liked, will he be happy with that? He is also like us. He will not be happy with that. It can be anyone who posts. Why do they post? They wanted it to reach to people. Otherwise, why will they post? They'll not. So how will you know that it is reaching people? The more number of people are liking it. So you go there and like it. Bare minimum, you can do that easily. The more you started liking it, then the more you need to start reading them. The more you start reading them, you will be able to comment on them. Intellectually, you need to comment on them. Not saying that, yeah, it's good. Thanks for sharing. Not only just that. You can do that initially, but later you need to start intellectually connecting with them in terms of what is beneficial from that post for you. Oh, this is a great learning for me. this is a new tool. Yeah, I'm going to learn this tool. Thank you so much for sharing, sir. So like that, you need to start appreciating people based on the post what they have posted. Slowly, what will happen? Say even if it is Mr. Narayanamurthy, you can't talk to him directly, right? You can't go to his house in Bangalore and talk to him. But now in Instagram, now in LinkedIn, he's posting something. 2 times you posted, you commented on it. Third time, fourth time you commented. Now he starts looking at you. Who's this guy? Always commenting on my post. And his commenting is making sense in his comment. So let me look at this guy. He'll come and look at your profile. Are you a student? Are you a professional? Or what are you doing? Now, later he might even send you a, like say, connection request. It will happen. I have seen that in a lot of cases. It had happened for me and for my students, whom we wanted to follow. Instead of we sending the connection request, they send us a connection request. Because people also wanted to grow their network. They also don't want to have only 100 connections. They want to have 20,000 connections, 50,000 connections. So they send the request. So the point is, whichever job you want, first follow the people, read their post, comment on it, and then you can also start creating a post on it, share your thoughts, then people will start looking at you. That will become a good kind of a profile for you. Personal branding, you can build your personal branding in LinkedIn. I have got a lot of clients based on LinkedIn. And I have suggested this LinkedIn to a lot of people. Some business people said that I posted only 2 posts in LinkedIn. Somebody saw that and then they gave me a 10 lakh contract. All these things are possible in LinkedIn, provided you use the tool properly. The moment you see that somebody is saying that, hey, I'm looking for a job, let's say I'm looking for a person in this area, immediately you go and say that, sir, let's say, you are following a particular person, say Narayanamurthy, and you are going there and messaging him and saying that in a DM or maybe in a post, can you give me a job in your company? People, it's a strict no. People doesn't like people asking job or request or favor in LinkedIn like that. It's a strict no. So you need to understand when you need to ask what. First, you need to build the relationship, build the rapport. Then slowly you can say that instead of directly asking, you can say that indirectly, I am looking for a job. Can you suggest me what kind of ways I can look at, where I can find? Then they'll be able to help you in their friends' companies, in other kind of job posts they have seen, or in their company. So don't ask a direct favor or a help, right? So that way you can boost your Instagram or say your LinkedIn profile and your personal branding. Now, moving forward, is traveling your passion? Okay. How many of you love to travel? A lot of people are voting yes, yes, yes. Oh, many yeses have come. There are a few people who are yet to vote. If you don't like to travel, put it as no. That's fine. Okay. I see that traveling is your passion for a lot of people. And now, if your employer is sponsoring you, will you be interested in traveling? For the people who have not yet voted, can you vote yes or no? You don't need to spend your money. Your employer is sponsoring. Would you love to travel? Do you like to travel? Okay, now again I see the yeses are coming in. Very good. So instead of I spending, if somebody is spending, then I'm happy to travel, right? Because everybody wants to travel. We want to see places. We want to see people. We wanted to learn things. We wanted to understand things, right? Wonderful. We don't want to sit in the same place. It's boring, right? So everybody loves to travel. So if you are interested in travel, what kind of profession you can choose as a travel profession? Is there many professions which you can choose? You can put it in the Q&A section. Oh, okay, me, somebody had said. Okay, Mohammed. Which profession you can travel a lot? You can put it in the Q&A window. Come on, make it fast. Which job you get so that you can travel is what is the question. Okay, somebody has typed. Okay, Indian Foreign Services, IFS. Okay. Okay, great, IFS. So maybe you are looking at maybe Mr. Jay Shankar or External Affairs Minister who is traveling across to different countries. Yes, that's good. So you can do that. And point is that you need to clear through that exam, and you'll never know that everybody who's selected is going to be posted in different countries. And definitely that's a valuable kind of a profession, and you need to be a diplomat for that. Your answers should be diplomatically coined. Okay, wonderful. Any other professions which everybody can do? Okay. Sales profession has a lot of travel, whether it is within the city, within the country, across the globe, everywhere sales people keep traveling. Other than that, as an auditor, I've traveled to 15 different countries. Okay, from US multiple times, China multiple times, Germany 3 times, and Europe, UK, and then for Australia, Japan, and then Cambodia, Thailand, South Africa, whichever country, whichever continent, you name it, I would have traveled there. So why? For the purpose of audit, internal audit. I was working with a company where they are having manufacturing locations across the globe. So I had to travel for each manufacturing location, go there, visit personally and do an audit. Why can't I sit here and do it? I can do it. But if you look at it as an auditor, you need to go to the location and do the audit, because sometimes people will create fake kind of papers and documentation. Unless and until you physically visit them, go to the place, you will not be able to recognize. In one case, I'll tell you, there was a phantom factory in Germany that they have created a new factory recently, and the management wants to audit that. So the management said that go ahead and audit. The auditor flew to Germany. They asked, where have you spent this money? Where is the new factory? You already have an existing factory, then there is a new factory. Then there is no new factory at all. The auditor was shocked. Where is the new factory? They took them to the old factory itself and said, "They we painted this, we created this machinery, that machinery." The auditor was asking, "You spent so much money, so many euros on buying land, buying machinery, buying equipments, making the plant. Where is that money gone?" All papers are clear. Everybody had approved, but there is no factory at all. The shocking news is that it's a phantom factory. That means there is nothing invested. All the money are spent on papers, and the people who have signed those papers have taken the money out and shared amongst themselves. The top management made a fraud. Like say the purchasing manager, finance manager, CFO, CEO, these 4 5 people got the money from US headquarters entity, and they themselves have created a phantom factory, and they created all the purchase orders, vouchers, invoices, swindle the money out of the company. All 3 4 people shared amongst themselves. So now, as an auditor, if you take all those kind of documents and review it, you'll think that everything is pakka. All invoices are there, all 3 quotations are there, everything is fine, but the factory itself is not there. So you need to physically visit places. So this is a kind of, like say a profession, auditing as a profession gives you that kind of exposure to multiple things. Whatever you want, you can ask questions. There's nothing, my manager keeps saying that there's no question which is a dumb question. Whatever question you ask is right. Okay, because the answer what they are giving will reveal a lot of different things. So we keep adding value to the company as an auditor. So I enjoy traveling across the globe, and most of the countries, if you are traveling intercontinental, we'll get a business class. And sometimes my flight, like say Emirates, looking at my points, number of points, they upgraded me to a first class also. So these kind of options also we keep getting, right? So that is something wonderful. You travel in company's money, and then you get per diem. Every day you get some extra money for the local currency to spend, and then you have a highly reputed kind of a profession. Do you think auditing is a prestigious profession? Coming back to the question. You can put it in Q&A itself, yes or no. Gokula Krishnan has put data scientists will travel. Data scientists can sit at one place and do all sorts of things, Gokul. Okay, they don't need to travel day in and day out. Okay, across the globe, data can be at your system, at your computer, in the place where you are sitting right now. Okay. Okay, coming back, Gokula Krishnan is saying yes, auditing is a prestigious profession. Okay. Then now the next question would be, what are the ways to become an auditor? So is there a poll for this? What are the ways to be an auditor? Is a poll. Okay. Multiple people are voted already. Okay. I didn't knew that. CA, US CPA. Okay. People are voted even for ACCA and CIA, since you can select multiple votes. So a lot of people have voted for a lot of different things. And I see the majority comes for CA and then US CPA. Okay, wonderful. And people have voted for CIA and ACCA as well. That's interesting. The ways to become an auditor. Okay, wonderful. You are aware about these ways. Then why are you not doing? Why are you not pursuing CA? What is the challenge in pursuing CA or maybe CPA? You can put it on the Q&A window. If it's like say one-liner, is it tough to pass the exam or is it costly? Okay, so interesting. So people find that it is very tough to complete the Indian course, and then the foreign courses, abroad courses are all too costly, so you're not able to pursue the course. Or somebody is also thinking about pursuing the course, but other people will come back and say that no, don't do this course. Why? Because if you do this course, you'll be getting stuck with this course. You will not be able to complete the course even after 10 years. So these kind of negative things are floating around. When I started doing my CA course, a lot of people said this. And since my uncle told that I cannot complete the CA, that actually motivated me. He insulted me. I took that as a motivation and told him back saying that I did not tell him, but I told my parents saying that I'm going to complete this course. Because of that burning desire, I completed my CA Foundation, CA Inter, and CA Final, everything in the first attempt. Despite I was not able to clear my inter, like I was very sure that I'm going to fail in the exam 2 months before because my tutor actually went, like say, the classes were abandoned. Okay, I was not able to complete the classes. I had to study. Immediately, I found some kind of a crash course. Studied that. Still, I was not confident. Only 1 more month. I had to study, but I'm feeling sleepy because I need to go to college. I was doing my third year of college at that time. And what did I do? I stayed outside my terrace. Like say in my terrace, I have a small room. Outside the room, in the terrace, I stayed there in the night so that there will be fog and dew, which will ensure that I'm not going to sleep. So based on that, I was able to stay awake for longer hours and only sleep for 2-3 hours in a day and then study more. But what happened towards the end, 1 week before the exam, my noses were clogged. I was not able to breathe through the nose. I was breathing through the mouth. Since I was breathing through the mouth, I was not able to sleep because I cannot keep the mouth open and sleep as well, right? So it created a lot of issues. My parents said that I will take you to the doctor. I said no, it's not going to help because I need to complete my exam. I'll complete the exam next week. Then you do whatever you want. And they said, okay, this guy is destined, let him complete the exam. So I went, completed the exam, came back next week, went to the doctor. Immediately, doctor tested and said, I can't even put a needle inside, there's no space at all. A polyp has blocked both of your nostrils, so I need to do a surgery. Immediately, they did a surgery, and thankfully, everything was fine after that. So the point is that I was able to have that kind of a determination because somebody insulted me, saying that I can't do it. So that is the reason why I said, whatever may come, whatever may go, health, whatever things, that's okay. I'm going to do this course, I'm going to do this. Whether my faculty, whether my tutor has gone, whether my courses are abandoned, whether my health is getting deteriorated, I'm not bothered, I'm going to complete this course in first attempt. So at the age of 21, 22, I became an auditor, right? So that kind of determination I was having. So you are able to do the courses only when you have the burning desire. You can do CA course, you can do ACCA, you can do USCP, any course. Every course is valuable. There is not a single course which is not valuable. Okay, every course is valuable, provided you understand where they value this course and go ahead and apply in that places. Now, some people have also written about CIA. I'm glad to note that few people are aware about CIA. So now, getting into the topic, CIA. What is this course all about? The Institute of Internal Auditors, US, is giving this certification, Certified Internal Auditor from 1974. 235,000 designations are given across 170 countries. And this is the only globally accepted internal audit certification. You will be worried saying that, sir, already we discussed 4 or 5 certifications. How are you saying that this is the only globally accepted certification? Yes, this is the only globally accepted certification because For internal audit, there is no other certification available globally. Okay, but if you take external audit, statutory audit, there are a lot of courses, IT audit, there are a lot of different courses available. But for internal audit, this is the only certification which is globally accepted. And I did the certification in 2010. Deloitte sponsored me this certificate. Means I cleared the exam and claimed the money from Deloitte. Why did Deloitte sponsor? Because when Deloitte is having hundreds of people who are internationally qualified CIA, Deloitte will be able to get more clients, internal audit clients. So that's the reason why they actually sponsor their employees to do this. So if Deloitte is sponsoring, then that means this course is really valuable, isn't it? Even today, all Big Fours are sponsoring this course for their employees in internal audit and risk management teams. And a lot of banks are also sponsoring, like say Barclays, KPMG, and a lot of different banks are also sponsoring this course. So this course, once you complete it, you get credibility, capability, knowledge, competence, and commitment. So people know that you are committed to internal audit. So how is it different from external audit or statutory audit? Statutory audit looks at the financial records and ensure that every line item is correct. But internal audit is like say eyes and ears of the management and board of directors. Say some company there is a fraud, okay, then the next company in that industry will say, hey, internal auditors go and check in our company also is that fraud is happening. So they have asked us to test. Once in Volkswagen, these things were happening. There was a fraud happening in the area of emission testing. They asked the internal audit team in Ford Motor Company to test, and we tested and we came back and said nothing like that is happening. Right? So the point is that internal auditors adds value to the company day in and day out. They command the kind of respect within the company and the organization. The moment we go, they look at us like say high regards for us and ensure that we get the kind of respect, dignity, that kind of a high value, and then the travel and other components are there, which is quite interesting. As I told you, these kind of job opportunities are there in various companies. You see all the Big Four. Barclays is sponsoring CIA certification. Standard Chartered is sponsoring. Credit Suisse. A lot of different companies are sponsoring and recruiting people who are CIAs. And where do you write the exam? 900 plus testing center. Even in Chennai, we have a testing center. So is a job only in India? You can get a job across the globe. How do you check whether I can get a job? Go to your own, let's say, website where you use for job search. Go to LinkedIn, go to Glassdoor, go to Naukri.com, type certified internal auditor and put the location as India. You see that 1,000 plus results are there. Which companies? EY, Goldman Sachs, BSI. You can become a freelancer also after doing CIA. Means you can do the job by yourself. You don't need to be an employee. I do a lot of freelancing job. For Google, I did freelancing job last year. For Unilever, I did freelancing consulting job. For Capgemini, I did. So a lot of different places you can do freelancing jobs as well. Because this is an international certification, people are looking for this certification when it's an international company. So look at the salary packages. Look at change the location to Hong Kong. If you want to work in Singapore, change the location to Singapore. See whether there is a job available. Don't believe in me saying or anybody saying for any certification if you are doing. It's not required that you need to join this course. You join any course, but you do whatever I said earlier in the starting of the session. Ensure that you focus on LinkedIn. Before you select the job, understand what is your internal liking for that particular area. Understand from yourself what is that you wanted to do. And then go ahead and search the course outside. And then do a lot of internship, paid internship or free internship or volunteering. And be associate yourself with the NGOs. Do all those things automatically, you'll know what to do. And if you want to connect with me, you know where to connect. You can type Soleipan Kabali in LinkedIn. I'm there. You can connect with me. You can chat with me. I'll be able to guide you. Whether you join this course with me or not, it's not a problem. Okay, internal audit practitioner. So what is this course? So we just spoke about CIA. So who can do CIA? Only qualified graduates can do CIA. And people who are having some amount of experience to understand the business processes can do CIA. So now, if you are a BCom graduate, you will not be eligible to do CIA. You will not be eligible to do USCPA also. You will not be eligible to do CA also. You can only do CA Foundation. You can't do CA Inter. So similar to that, for this course, you can do something called as Foundation course, which is Internal Audit Practitioner. If you do this course, what will happen? You can directly pass this course in one attempt, like say one single exam, foundation course in internal auditing. Again, the certifying body is the same US certifying body, IIA, US. And what is the benefit of doing this instead of CIA? CIA, you need to spend at least a couple of lakhs for dollars in terms of fees, in terms of coaching, in terms of books, etc., etc. But this course, if you do it, who can do it? As I said, beginner internal auditors, rotational auditors, accounting and finance students like you. Why do you do it? Internationally recognized, no work experience is required, only one paper. It is taking you closer to the CIA certification. So now, the program overview, as I said, 5 small topics are there which are all related to auditing. Who is an auditor? What are the qualities of an auditor? What is independence? What is integrity? What is objectivity? How do you select sample? Like that, basic questions from audit would be there. 2 hours of examination, 100% MCQ. All MCQ questions, no essay type at all in a lot of other exams. Testing center is in Chennai. You have 2 years to complete the program once you register for it. Then exam can be taken any time during the year. There is no restriction. Now coming back to the course offering. So you get 250 hours of practical training and 50 hours of theory training. So we'll ensure that we coach you like say 1.5 to 2 hours a day, 2 or 3 days in a week. And then in a span of 3 months, this 50 hours theoretical training would be over. During the session, we'll bring in a lot of experts in the field who will give you guidance as to how to apply for jobs and how the job will look like. And you will get a lot of insights from me as well as from my colleagues and my friends. They'll be able to guide you, mentor you. And then once you clear the exam, you will get access to 250 hours of practical training. As I told you, internship is a must. If you look at even Indian government in the budget, they have said internship is very, very important, and they are giving money to top 500 companies in India every month, 8,000 rupees per candidate. You take people and give them internship. Government is saying. So in your college also they are saying you need to do internship. But when you go and knock the doors, the companies are saying no, we don't have vacancy. But we will solve that problem. We will take you and put you in some companies and audit firms and limited companies as intern. Maybe in accounting or auditing, in those kind of areas, risk management, governance, those kind of areas, we'll put you there for 2 to 3 months. You go there, do internship and come. Automatically, you will be able to be placed because you get a certificate from US and then you get knowledge and skill set during the expert sessions and practical training, and you get exposure to global professionals as well. There are a lot of IAA India meetings will happen, which will like say have international speakers, Indian speakers, a lot of professionals will be there. You can talk to them, understand them. A lot of meetings happens in Chennai in Savera Hotel, which is free of cost once in a month. I'll take you there. So there you will get access to a lot of people. So all these things will ensure that you are staying on course and you are able to get the job on time. Okay. Now, who are we? We are Shipra Academy. We are the authorized learning partner, official learning partner with IAA India, with a dedicated focus on CIA and IAP certification. So this is our company's profile, Shipra Academy. Now, you can type my name there, Solaipan Kabali. It is there on top in LinkedIn, and send me a connection request or follow me. You'll be able to understand what kind of things we are doing. Okay, and this is my other partners in this team, which is Vinay and Vinod. All of us are chartered accountants. We have an audit firm, we have a consulting firm, we have a training academy. We have multiple, we have 2-story building where we do this day in and day out. So we can put you in our clients as well directly. You get practical exposure from day one. Right? So all these things will happen provided you take your initial step right away. Because we are starting a batch from next week itself. So this is the infrastructure. As I told you, the 2 floors, the glass building is all our office, and you can see the infrastructure. This is the room where I am conducting the session right now from. You have a study room, you have a classroom. And now the important question is, how much is the course fee? So you need to pay 3,000 rupees to IIA India to become a member so that you can access that Savera Hotel conferences, meetings and other things free of cost multiple times in a year. Then you need to pay $75 right away to register as a IAP student, which is roughly about 6,300. After a few months only you need to pay this exam fee of 12,600. You don't need to worry about it right now. Once you are ready for the exam, you need to pay this. And for the course, the training fee and the content fee is 30,000 for our academy. For, as I told you, that 50 hours of training and 250 hours of practical exposure and the expert sessions. And if you need any other support, we'll be able to help you. There will be a WhatsApp group. We'll train you on how to tackle the exam questions, and you can ask any questions at any time during the meeting, during the class, in WhatsApp as well. Okay. Now, why I am suggesting you to do this course IAP is that if you register now and join this month, you'll be able to complete the course by November, December. Okay, we are in September, October, November, December, we'll complete the course, or maybe in January. So you will prepare for 1 month, and maybe in February you'll write the course and pass it. So March, April, you focus on your college exam and come back to me after you complete your college exam. We'll do that 2 months of internship in the month of May and June before you get your BCom certificate. You will get placed in some company as an intern. You understand the job. By the time itself, you will know whether this job is for you or not for you. And if that company is also willing to absorb you, you're also good with that company, they'll absorb you. Or if not, we'll put you on some other places in terms of company as a job recruitment, maybe in Big Fours, because all Big Fours are looking for people who are qualified in audit field. So there also we can put you. It all depends upon your personality as well as the company's requirement at that point in time. But we will ensure that we are placing, like say, putting you into different companies and ensuring that you are getting placed. So all these things will happen. If you total it, it's roughly about 50,000. Okay, in a span of 6 months, you are going to pay this. Okay, as I told you, this $150 you can pay in the month of February when you are writing the exam. So you clear the exam. What is required out of you? You pay the fees, you start the coaching, ensure that 80-90% minimum attendance is required. We will conduct a lot of mock exam. You need to write the mock exam. In the month of January, February, schedule the exam and write the exam. Pass the exam, then done. Then rest is on us. We will ensure that we will put you on the internship, which is for 2 months, and then we'll ensure that we are able to place you in some company in a decent paying job. The first job might not be very high paying, but the moment you are able to get a year or 2 years of experience, automatically your pay package will go, like say, skyrocketing. I've seen people going in 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs, and 15 lakhs. The moment they are able to gather these skills, what is required in terms of audit. So the initial years, you need to put time in terms of learning, understanding. In the words of Mr. Jack Ma, the Chinese business person, business tycoon, Alibaba, he says that if you are in your 20s or 30s, ensure that you are having a good boss. You're learning a lot of things from him or her. And ensure that you're able to apply your skills in 30 to 40 and get to a good job. What you're good at doing, keep doing that. So the point is that in 20 to 30, don't worry too much about what is your salary. You need to worry about whether you like the job, whether that's your profession, how do you upskill, what are the things you can learn. That's what you need to look at. As I told you, the batch is starting in September between 9 to 10:30 a.m. And why we are suggesting IAP is that it's only 50,000, it's not 2 lakhs. And the moment you complete this course and you get placed in one of those companies, big companies, where they sponsor you IIA. So you don't need to pay that 2 lakh fees by yourself. They will sponsor you. You just pay this small amount of fees for IAP, and then you tell them that you are interested in doing CIA. They will sponsor you for CIA. As I told you, I got my money sponsored by Deloitte. So what is this? So for people who are looking for any kind of an offers, and there is a launch offer which is ending on Friday, but that too it's for very limited seats. Already the registration has started and very few seats are open. So if you want, ensure that you are booking your seats by this Friday. The launch offer is ending on Friday. And what is the launch offer? As my finance director was saying that instead of 30,000 as the fees, it's going to be 25,000 plus GST. So GST of 18% will be applicable. So 5,000 of discount will be applicable for the first few students. It may be till Friday or it may end even before that because it's only for very few seats. So if you are someone who is interested, then definitely reach out to this number in WhatsApp 72003143 right away and block your seat. Okay, wonderful. And any questions, doubts? Okay, there are a few people who have asked questions here, Mohammed. Yeah, all the question from Mohammed. Lack of knowledge about the course. How to start freelancing jobs there. Okay. What will be the average initial salary? See, the average initial salary can start anywhere between 4 to 5 lakhs or 4 to 6 lakhs, depending upon how much of, like say, your personality and how much of internship experience you're having. Based on that, it can start from 4 to 6 lakhs. Then it will go 8 lakh, 10 lakh, 15 lakh, it can keep going up. I have seen people who are chief audit executives are scoring somewhere between 1 to 1.5 crores within India itself. And this job has a high opportunity for you to travel across. If you would like to go for Dubai and do a few years, then the salary will be multiple. Dubai or maybe in Singapore. In Middle East, there are a lot of people who are looking for CIAs because their central bank has mandated the internal audit team to become a CIA. Okay, how to start freelancing? You can start freelancing jobs provided you have gained some experience, like say 5-year, 10-year experience. Then you can come out of the company, do your own freelancing. You can't start freelancing from day one because you need to build your profile. You need to build your credibility. People need to know that you can do the job. You're capable of doing the job. Okay. So for that, and also you need to have some contacts and networks. Networking is very, very important. That is why I keep telling you, go through LinkedIn. It's the best platform. Okay. Any other questions, doubts, thoughts? You can feel free to put it in Q&A. If you want to open up the mic, I can ask the team to open up the mic as well. Any questions from anyone? As I told you, whether you join this course or not, it's a different story, but I'm happy to help you guys and guide you. Did you guys find this session interesting and informative? I think there's a poll which is opened up. Kishore, Mohammed, Nazruddin, Gokul, Anusha. Okay, good, wonderful. So, put your answers on the poll. Okay, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, wonderful. Interesting, everybody has voted. So most of them has voted for 5-star, and just one person has voted for 4-star. That's fine. Interesting, and happy to support you guys and help you. Even if you have any other doubts or questions on any other course or any other thing to be selected, I can help you guys, provided you connect with me on LinkedIn. Okay, and message me in LinkedIn. We'll be happy to connect and support you guys. Wonderful, guys. Thanks for your patient listening, and appreciate all your interactions and questions. And if you are the one who is interested in doing the IAP course, directly reach out to Rahel, the number mentioned there, 7200031432. So, any other questions, feel free to ask before I wind up. So some questions have come up. Okay, okay, the number is given there. Okay, is there any other timings available? Okay. Mohammed, as of now, this is the timing, but go ahead and talk to Rahel, and then we'll see how best we can accommodate your timing request. Okay. Wonderful, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. I'm taking leave now, and maybe Rahel will be there online for a few more minutes. If you have any other questions, you can connect.